copy of my testimony already with some other documents. It's the sheet that is kind of a reddish, I guess.
Yeah, the committee members do have that.
Okay. Good morning, Chairman McKenzie, Vice Chairman Fulcher, and members of the committee. My name is Rachael, and I live in Nampa, District 12. That means that in the past 2 years, I've also lived in District 13 and in 10. So that means that 3 of you on this committee have been my senator. I represent myself. Some of you may know me from other organizations or other associations, but I do represent myself here just like everybody else does. I'd like to answer about 4 questions that seem to come up. First one, nobody really lives there. It's all fake, right? But not all occupiers can reside at the protest vigil site. On average, lately there have been 12 to 15 full-time vigil keepers keeping overnight guard, with as many as 45 overnight vigil keepers when special events are planned. Personally, I have not been able to spend the entire night because of my illnesses, but I'm there most every day. Even though the winter weather has been less harsh than in past years, the naturally cold temperatures do keep most activities restricted to the inside of larger public tents. Our calendar events and their published meeting minutes do tell a different story. They're published on our website, occupyboise.org, and at the vigil site. The pink sheet, which is the first one behind my testimony, shows what we are about. The next question, aren't you just camping? On the contrary, this is a 24-hour around-the-clock vigil. As shown in the Venn diagram on the bright green sheet, the only thing in common with the act of camping are the tents. We're not out there in the midst of winter roasting marshmallows, hiking, fishing, swimming, or boating. We are petitioning our government for redress of our grievances as allowed in our First Amendment rights and further strengthened by the Idaho Constitution, which I have included on the yellow sheet. Also, with the vigil site, Occupy Boise volunteered to pay for the electricity, and you were told that that wasn't necessary. It's also much less than the lobbyists and the press use to charge their phones, their computers, and the use of the internet. Next question. Isn't Occupy Boise anti-capitalist? To the contrary, at no time during any one of the about 40 general assemblies, not at over the 100 standing working group meetings, as shown on the blue sheet I have, what working groups we have, nor at any of the 75 workshops or special events was a single anti-free or anti-free market subject raised. To be sure, Occupy Boise members are concerned about the greed and thievery of the number of bad actors in the corporate and banking worlds. But it is fair to say we believe that these are to be the aberrant behaviors of those who have twisted and distorted our capital-based economy to their own devious purposes.
Ms. Crowley, could you try to get to the conclusion?
Okay. Others have made this point clearly in the 2010 Academy Award-winning documentary film, Inside Job. I would encourage you to see this film, which is available on rental websites and also for sale. I'll let you just read the rest of my testimony, which includes in my last profession, I worked as a petroleum engineer for the IRS in Washington, D.C., and my specialty was working on oil and gas tax credits. Basically, at that time, I saw that these major companies had a actual tax paid, their effective tax rate of around 2%, and now they're at 0 or they're getting a refund. I know how hard your job is. I served as a school board chair. Last Tuesday, Occupy Boise had an open house at the vigil site. I hand-delivered invitations to each of you. And I hope that you and the sponsors have the chance to attend and have your questions answered. Lastly, I urge you to vote no on House Bill 404.
Thank you.
I also have, I forgot to include it, but we have a 42-page operational plan which the Department of Administration has. Awesome.
Great, thank you. Is that on your website?
The operational plan?
Yes.
Only the Good Neighbor policy.
Okay, I just want to know, we'll know the website on there in the minutes.
Able to answer that. that question. I believe most of it is yes.
Great, thank you. Thank you. Then Glenn Garrity and Alex Nayworth